When I looked, I saw my mom and Mark in the crowd, right? Okay, I saw them, but I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know if to say, look, Ma, see, or to tell Mark, like, look, he about, like, I didn't know what to say, what to feel at that moment. Okay, I didn't know if to just walk off where my mama was at. I didn't know how to feel, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but I'm in this mess, so I'm gonna have to fix it. My mama was standing right there, Marky was standing right there, and it was a group, I mean a whole crowd, a group of kids, a group. The security guard did not show. I don't even know where the security guard was at. All I know is when I took my eyes off my mom and Mark, Lamont was power running me. Boom! Right into the locker. I mean, I felt it. You know that ache in your chest and that itch in the back, and it hit your chest and you start aching right here. I'm like, ugh. He like, why you do that to me? Why you do that to me? So he holding on to my wrist real tight, right? So I'm like, let me go, let me go. Some just said, kick him. The same kick that when I went to martial arts and I got kicked in the side, pop, pop, real quick, I did it on the mind. Because now I'm a perfectionist in it. I've been, every time I go there, every time I go to martial art and spar, I'm always working on that kick, because that kick, when I got kicked, that definitely was, I remember that. I would never forget that moment. I would never forget that moment. So I kicked him on the side, pop, pop, real quick. He said, oh, he let me go. Oh, I'm like, don't touch me. I'm like, just leave me alone. He like, no. He like, no, come on. Oh, no. Swing. You got lucky. Swing, swing. I'm like, I'm not swinging. He like, yeah, yeah, come on. So he run up on me, right? I move and I try to swing, but he blocks it. So he like, yeah, 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 yeah. So he doing all this crazy stuff, pulling up his pants like, yeah, come on, hit me. Yeah, hit me. So everybody like, oh, come on, y'all fight, hurry up, fight for the security. So you hear people in the crowd saying, fight before the security come. Like, what? Nobody's trying to break this up. So I'm trying to glance again, because now I'm trying to see, is my mom and them still out in the crowd? My mom and Marky is still out in the crowd. So he like, yeah, come on, hit me. So he comes up. Lamont comes up. So I go to swing at him and he blocked it. He like, yeah. So he runs up. And as he running, I kick him. Boom! In the stomach. I mean, he was running up. It was like, when I say it was perfect. When I say it was perfect. It was a perfect kick. After he did this and he blocked me, he like, ha, and he ran up after he knew I had already swung, and he ran up. I kicked him all in the stomach. Boom, he went back. My stomach. And as I look, I see my mom look at me and she walks off, right? I see her walk off, but I'm on top of him. They like, yo, you finna finish him. Boom, boom. Boom. Now I understand, I'm gonna cut his lip. They like, yo, stop. So now Dorothy and them, they like, all right, that's enough, stop. He like, you got lucky. He get up like, you got lucky. I could have finished him. But at that moment, I felt super good. So the security guard and some teachers come flying through the crowd like, who was fighting? Y'all point right now. So everybody told immediately. They was there for the drama and the fight, but snitched us out, read us out. Some of the people walked away. The rest of the people sold us out. They pointed at me and Lamont like, damn, it was them. Straight ratted us out. Security, the teachers, they, come on, let's go. So now I'm looking like, where's my mom and Mark? And why she didn't say that, or why she didn't tell me to stop? Like, when I say dead smack, I was confused. Dead smack. I was confused. Like, because I'm used to her routine, so the switch up was crazy. Boom, we gets inside the principal office. They go get the principal. The lady look at me like, you was just doing good. I'm like, I ignored her. The principal comes out. He like, yeah, I already know what's going on. He like, both of y'all, come on. So when I go back there, it's my mom. I don't see Mark, but it's my mom already sitting there. My mom already came and told the principal what was going on. So my mama did that underlay for the overlay. So but the principal was like, all right, Roshan, your mom just said that it was a fight, and I had the security guards in here, and I sent one out there, and I sent the teacher. So y'all care to tell me what happened, why y'all can't get along? And you keep getting in trouble. You said you wanted to be back on the team. Lamar like, he like, it ain't over. The principal like, it's over. It's far from over. It's over. He like, you want to go to the nurse? He like, nah. He like, I slipped. I'm like, you didn't slip. I'm like, you slipped on this. You ain't slipped. He like, you got lucky. So the principal like, okay, so y'all done being tough. Now I'm asking y'all, what happened? So I'm like, well, it all started when he pushed me at the locker. So he like, that's not, you're lying. You're lying. That's not when it started. It started in the cafeteria. I'm like, you don't even supposed to be in he didn't even supposed to be taking that lunch. Lamont didn't even supposed to be taking that lunch, okay? Ever since we've been beefing and having those altercations, he was not allowed to take lunch. He was not even allowed. We were just stuck with taking that class together. That's it. That's all. Like, and we supposed to be, he got suspended numerous of times. We supposed to been done. He's still going. And he just a bully anyway. He just was bullying people anyway, throwing out the school. So I'm talking and I'm telling the person, so he like, no, you're lying. You're lying. And he like, it started in the cafeteria. I said, you right. It started in the cafeteria. Since you said I was in your info. And so the principal like, okay, everybody stop yelling. Stop shouting. He like, I'm already going deaf in both of my ears. My mama like, yeah. I can only hear in one ear. I'm tired of coming in this office. I know that much. I'm tired. I'm tired of being here. It seems like I'm going back to school. I'm tired of it. So I'm like, okay. I went to lunch, my regular lunch period. I'm like, and I was sitting down getting ready to eat my lunch. I'm like, I happened to look over and I said, it's a boy that actually, he have a couple of lockers away from me. I'm like, he's like kind of geeky. And so the principal say, what you mean by geeky? I'm like Steve Urkel. He like, who is Steve Urkel? I'm like, well, he like a nerd. He like, and what makes him a nerd? Because he might be smart. I'm like, no, the way he dressed and, you know, he's puny, he's skinny. And I saw Dorothy was bullying on him too as well. And they always pick with him. Like, he a good boy. Oh, okay, so he's a good boy. He's a good student. I'm like, yeah, but like when I say like nerdy or geek or anything like that, I mean like somebody that's not going to be out there bullying nobody. So, you know, the principal, he listening to me. So he said, well, let's just say that he's a smart guy and he doesn't bother anyone and people like to bully on him or pick with him. I said, okay. He like, cause you know, calling somebody geek is offensive. I said, I'm sorry. To be honest, I didn't know that. So boom, I'm telling him, so I'm like, so he, as you know, the boy, he had the food, he's walking, Lamont sticks his foot out and trips him and his whole meal goes on the cafeteria floor. I'm like, the potatoes, everything. And I said, I went over there, I said, and helped him get it up. And Lamont proceeded to say stuff like, is he my girlfriend and stuff like that to try to make me feel bad. They was over there laughing and joking. So Lamont like, it was an accident. My foot been out. My foot been out. He didn't see it. So the principal says, so why are you in somebody else's lunch? You're supposed to be going to your own lunch. He like, yeah, but I knew that I had something else to do and I was really hungry. So I got there. He like, I need to see who's the security. Somebody should be checking the ID cards, right? To see the classes. Because we do supposed to get checked to make sure like it's our lunch, right? And then even if they don't check, when we go up there to go get our food and we show our ID and they scanned it, it's supposed to show that. So he was plugged in or he got somebody else's plate. But he was in there. So the principal explaining that was a good thing that I did. He was like, for sticking up for somebody that's not doing anything. He said, Lamont, do you want to be in this school? He like, or do you need a transfer? He like, I don't need a transfer. He said, so this is what I'm going to tell you. You got one more time. You got one more time. He like, and if I don't care if you're in the right or in the wrong, you get in trouble one more time, I'm going to kick you out the school. He like, do you understand me? He like, but you didn't even hear my side yet. He like, I don't need to hear your side. He said, I heard enough. I heard that you was in a class that you shouldn't have been. You tripped somebody, made them drop their food. You know, people pay for lunch, right? You know, everybody don't get free lunch. He like, you didn't even offer to pay for his lunch. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you apologize to that gentleman. And I'm going to find out who that young gentleman is. And you're going to make sure that you replace that lunch that you did. You understand? I said, well, I bought him lunch. He like, no, but you wasn't the one that did it. He said, so Lamont, that's what you're going to do. So Lamont like, man, but you still ain't hear my side. He said, okay, well, go ahead. I said, tell him how you pushed me first while my locker was open. He like, yeah, I was just playing. I'm like, I don't even play with you. I don't even. So, right, it's a whole big deal, right? So my mama like, look, I got stuff to do. I want to know, is we done? So the principal like, yeah, I have somewhere to be too. Yes, we are done. Lamont, you have no more times, man. I keep giving you chance after chance. Y'all stop it. Try to be friends. Maybe y'all don't like each other so much because y'all actually really like each other. So I'm looking like, I don't like I just want him to leave me alone. Like, I just want to leave me alone. He was like, but it all started because you was in my info. I said, I wasn't. He like, get your hand in my face. So my mama like, look, all I'm asking is for Roshan to stay on the right track. I've been coming up here. The principal like, yes, you've been coming up here. You've been checking. You actually, you came up here yesterday and the other day. He like, you've been checking grades. You've been on it and the grades have came up. So, it was kind of my good grace, right? Boom, we leave out, right? As we leaving out, I'm like, Ma, like, I still got bacon, right? So she like, you don't have to go to bacon. Just come. I'm like, no, but I gotta go to bacon. So she was like, okay, well, put your book bag and stuff in the truck. So I goes out there with my mom. Marky is in the truck and my dad. So my dad, the whole time you been going to class. You tried to tell me that dad been out there in the car. This man been out in the truck waiting on you, but he just cool like that. So Mark was there. So he like, hey, so my dad, he smoking a cigarette. So he asked my mom like, hey, like what happened? What took you so long? She like, I got to get a cocktail. I'm going to tell you. So she go in her little trunk area, boom, pull her little shot. Marky looking at me. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'll see you at home. My mama like, call me if you need anything. I'm like, okay. I'm like, but Ma, she said, if you're about to talk about that Lamont person, you already explained. Please, I don't want to hear it again. And I'm like, but you're not mad at me? She like, do I look like I'm mad at you? I'm like, first off, that's a trick question because I don't know. I don't know because your face looked totally different. Like, so I didn't know she had the poker face on. But, like, she will flip the game real quick. So I had to look at her. I looked at it and I was like, no, you don't look mad. Well, okay then. I'm like, all right. She like, enjoy bacon. I'm like, okay. So, but when I go back in the inside, I go to bacon. Now, mind you, I'm late. I'm late at bacon. Not that much, but I'm late. So, boom, when I come in, the teacher look, I said, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I know you're probably going to ask for a tardy slip. He like, no, you're okay. He like, go over there with your partner. I'm like, he like, I thought you dropped the class again. I'm like, no. I didn't drop the class. So then he was like, you can fight. I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I really can't fight. She like, no, I saw it. You can fight. I told him that you might don't come. I'm like, I wouldn't miss it. We're getting a grade, right? So we end up getting good grades for, passing out our treat, our sweet treat or whatever. And we got, he got the cards or whatever, graded us. So boom, he's just talking about like different things that you can cook, how you check the temperature. So it was just, this time he just teaching. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing, it's no assignment. We actually did a two and two. So we had to compete, like whoever was in front of us, we had to compete, with the knowledge that we knew, right? So then, yeah, she was raising her hand like, if you're making a roast, how much the temperature should be, she was killing me. I was like, I liked it cooking, but I didn't start really hitting cooking hard just yet. You know what I'm saying? Boom, bacon went good. Me and her leaving out. So she like, so are you going to give me my answer? I'm like, and all I feel is, she like, are you ready to talk yet? So I'm like, Danielle, and Danielle was walking off. I'm like, Danielle, she like, I'll be right back. And she walked off. I'm like, look, I will call you. She like, no, let's talk. Let's talk. You so in her face. Every time I turn around, you in her face. Dad, can she breathe? Can her face breathe? First off, you are not just finna treat me in the hallway. What? Wait a minute. So boom, I'm like, look, I'm finna go. She like, no, we need to talk. I'm like, we will. She like, so when? I'm like, we'll talk today, I promise. She like, yeah, okay. So as we talking, the guy come up, her partner, right? The one that she was like smiling and taking pictures with, right? So he come up, he like, hey, he like, you left this. And it was her little booklet thing. And so she was like, thank you. He like, hey, I'm finna go this way. You coming? She like, yeah, I'm finna meet you that way. I'm like, yeah, go meet him that way right now. She like, see, how you gonna get mad? You was just, I'm like, I'm not mad. She like, he is just a friend. Why are you being so jealous? I'm like, I'm not even being jealous. I'm like, I gotta go. So boom, I left. Right at this point, Charetta is calling me and calling me and calling me. So I stopped looking at my phone. I can get on the bus. Boom, I make it home. I check my phone as I'm coming up on the block. Boom, I see that Danielle hit me up. I'll hit you up in a second. Put my key in the door. Front door now open. Marky is still sitting in the chair doing his assignments. Like this. No table. So when I walk in, I'm like, okay, is this the mines? Like, cause you got no table. So he like holding it on his hand and he's doing his work. My mama, she's sitting there, she having a cigarette, she drinking. So my dad like, I heard what happened, but he have this smirk on his face. I'm like, oh yeah. He like, good job. I'm like, good job. He like, yeah. My mama like, good job. I'm like, she like, because he ain't nothing but a big, fat, ugly bully. I'm like, yeah, he is. She like, how was your at school program? I'm like, oh, it was good. Like, it was weird because she's asking me these questions. So she's telling me, don't forget about the Saturday and Sunday fight night. I'm like, it's not Friday. She like, Saturday and Sunday. I don't want to hear you saying nothing about, can you go see somebody? Can you go outside? No. You have stuff to do here. You got to make sure that people not coming out. I'm like, I know the rule. She like, oh, don't worry. I'm going to re-give you the rule. So boom, time to progress. Friday and it came, you know what I'm saying? We get ready to go to school, me and Marky. Boom, when I walk in there, people are like, oh, yo, everybody just think like, you know, I'm super cool. So now I'm getting people like, yo, you really strong. Yo, you can fight, da, 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 da. Everything going good. Everything going smooth. Boom. I get to my fourth period. Roosevelt like, yeah, people think they tough, but see, I can fight. He yapping. So I'm like, what, you want to fight? And so the teacher say, no one's going to be fighting in my classroom, tearing my classroom up. Y'all save that for after school. Y'all can go to the gym and go wrestle. Y'all save that for that. So I'm looking at him like, oh, I was just asking him because he was saying something. He said, but I wasn't talking to you. He like, you need to get the money for my car. I'm like, I didn't do that to your car. He like, yes, you did. So he steady blaming me for the car. So I'm like, he finna be next on the list. Boom. Time progressed. The whole school day was good. Lamont, he didn't mess with me. I'm saying Lamont stayed far away, right? We gonna fast forward everything, right? Boom. It's Saturday. Okay? This is the day of the fight night. And when I say it's about to turn up, it's about to turn up. Boom. So since it's fight night, I'm finna go on here to get dressed. So I got my light blue jeans on with the rips, you know what I'm saying, in the pants. You know what I'm saying? I got the shirt on, the jersey shirt. I'm wearing it backwards, the Ella Iverson, you feel me? I used to love Ella Iverson and I used to love Reggie Miller. That used to be my top two before it used to be like a LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I got my jersey on backwards. Boom. I'm wearing the hottest mics, you feel me? So I'm feeling it. Right? I was like, I was going to wear the ones, but I'm wearing that. Boom. Time to progress. My mom getting everything together. I mean, everything. So it's people already starting to come. So it's dead smack. It's getting lit. So my mom, she comes in my room. She like, look, I need you to make sure that you are watching and making sure nobody coming in and out. I said, but what about Marky? Because Marky was still sitting in that chair. Like, that's where he was spending all his time. And my mom like, he gonna help. He can sit down on my couch. He better not go to sleep on it. If he gets sleepy, he better pull that chair out, that wooden chair. And so when she was doing her neck like that, I was like, okay, so boom. I let Marky know, like, what's the plan? Now I'm checking my phone with Charetta, like, see, I said I need to talk to you. I'm like, I'm getting ready, for the fight. She like, when it started? I'm like, in a couple of hours. She like, can you please come over to my house? I'm like, I can't. My mom just told me some days ago, like, don't ask it. She like, please, just 10 minutes. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'll come. I'll let you know when I'm on my way. So boom, I go there to Marky. I said, Marky, I need you to cover for me. He like, cover for you? He like, I'm already in trouble. I got no skin on my back to cover. I'm like, listen. I'm like, the fight don't start until a couple of hours. You're helping me wash the house. I'm like, I'm finna run over here to Charetta crib. He like, do you know how long that's gonna be? I'm like, it's not gonna be that long. I'm gonna get on the bus and make it straight there and then come straight back. Just 10 minutes. He like, bro, it's gonna take you like 15 minutes to get there. I'm like, trust me, okay? Like, and if mom looking for you, what you want me to say? Because I'm going to tell. I'm like, you going to tell me? Like, yeah, I'm going to tell, or she going to beat me. I'm like, just tell her I had to go grab homework for Monday. So he like, you really think she's going to believe that? You grab homework, really? I'm like, just tell her that. I got the rest of it. So he like, no, I don't want to lie, because she going to say, I knew where you was at. I'm like, okay, just tell her I had to go see Charetta because Charetta said it was important. If she asks, he like, okay. I'm like, but I doubted that she comes in. So boom, I dips out. I'm looking good, right? Smelling good. I dips out. I'm power walking. Boom, I hit the corner. I see Kenyatta. Now, mind you, that's Cody's, the one they gave Marky that pill. That's Cody's, you know what I'm saying, sister. So she looks at me. She like, I'm like, what? So I kept going. She like, I said, I'm like, what that supposed to mean? She like, you fine. It's just you got a bad and a sour attitude. But she was saying it while walking. I'm like, so boom, I get to the bus stop. I get on the bus. Boom, I make it straight there. I boom, 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 hit that corner. Boom. Ring the bell. And I'm texting her, hey, I'm out in the front. Greg opens the door as I'm texting her that I'm out in the front. He like, what? I'm like, can you tell Charetta that I'm here? He like, no. Shut the door in my face. Ling, 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 ling. I text again, hey, yo, I'm finna just leave. She opens the door. I'm like, hey, your brother just slammed the door in my face. She like, don't worry about him. So as I'm coming in, I see it's Roosevelt, Jason, all these people in there. Not the dude that's our partner at the bacon, but it's a lot of people in there. All Greg friends, right? Roosevelt, all Greg friends. Some of Roosevelt people. So me and her go in the room. So I hit them. Yeah, I'm like, first thing I say is, where your mama at? She like, she'll be on her way in a little bit. I'm like, so you invited me knowing they was all here? Right? She like, can you sit down? I'm like, no, I'm standing up. So she like, look, what did I do? I said, okay, you wearing this jacket? I don't like that. She like, but that was before you even. I said, yeah, but that just rubbed me the wrong way. And you to be his partner right now, like, and I have to see that. She like, but I wanted to switch seats. I'm like, yeah, but you've been his partner all this time, so it never mattered. I'm like, then he likes you. Y'all got a picture on a board together. I have to see that picture every day that I go there on that board. She like, we could take that picture down. I'm like, she like, look, I like you. And I like you more than I should. Like, she like, can we please try to fix this? I'm like, now in my heart, I wanted to say no, but my brain wanted to say yes, because she was just like, she felt bad. Like, she had that sad face. She had that sad face. I was getting weak in the knees. I was getting weak in the knees. So I was like, yeah, we could get past it. So she was like, I'm overdue. Can I get a kiss? I'm like, yeah, give me a kiss. She like, bring me your face. So she grabbed me, boom, she kissing me. And we're kissing. And it felt good. And it was like, dang, okay. Like, all right. So, I said, yes, I know. I gave in. So I'm like, look, I got to get ready to go, because my mom is doing it. But she like, can I go with you? I'm like, I mean, yeah, if you want to. She was like, okay, cool. So boom, she grabbing her stuff. So I go outside the door. So Roosevelt was like, yo, when you gonna give my money for my car? So I'm ignoring him. I'm just still by her door. So immediately Charetta, she comes out like, Roosevelt, don't start. So he busts out to say, yeah, you so stuck up, Charetta posterior, but he said the other word, Charetta. Hold on, whoa. I say, you can say whatever you want, as long as you don't touch me. He like, you think you big and bad because you did that to Lamont? You wouldn't do that to me. I say, you're right. I do you worse. I do you worse. And he like, what? I said, I do you worse. So he like, well, come on, do it. So Greg like, yo, chill. So, Charetta like, come on. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you'll see me. I'll be at Skew Monday. He like, all right, I'll see you at Skew Monday. I want to see you got all that mouth. I'm like, you want to go outside? So Charetta like, no, don't even start. I'm like, oh, I just thought he want to, you know what I'm saying? I thought he, you know what I'm saying? I thought he want to fight. So boom, we end up leaving out. We get on the bus, boom, we end up going to my crib. We make it there. Now, the party is starting to jump. It's a line on the side. It started to get there, right? But it's the pre, you know what I'm saying? It's just the pre warm-up. People are getting lit, getting drunk before the party really kicks in, before the fight get ready to kick in. The fight don't kick in until later that evening, but people are getting there, you know, paying for drinks and eating good and just having a good time overall, listening to music. TV is on out there. So as time progressed, right, my mom realized that Charetta is there. My mom never even came in there and even noticed that I was gone. You know what I'm saying? So everything is working out smoothly in my books for me. Boom, I'm checking my phone. I see it's then. Yeah, she just calling me and calling me. I'm like, she called me 3 times. I'm gonna call her later, right? So boom, I'm like, hey, you know, Charetta, you want something to eat, something to drink? She like, maybe something to drink. I'm like, but you got swimming. You know what I'm saying? And also, I don't want to give you nothing like that. And so she was like, yeah, I know. And I like, don't never miss swimming again. So instead of her, she supposed to went that Saturday. She didn't go, right? She told me why. And everything was cool. Like, she was really open with me, and I understand. And I was like, man, this girl. And it made me feel like, yo, this girl like me. She, like, you love swimming. You didn't go to swimming for me because you would have talked to me. Because you would have talked to Big Daddy Zeus. And I love that, right? But she going to be going Sunday, so she want me to go, but I can't because it's still another fight going on. You know what I'm saying? And my mama throw all parts. She don't care what it is, what type of fight it is. It could be a hockey, whatever. If it's something big, she throwing a party for it. So boom, I'm like, all right. So time progressing. I'm like, hey, you know what? I got an idea. She like, what? I'm like, wait. So I end up getting like the Boone's Farm drink, pouring that in a cup and mixing it with orange juice. So if my mama comes, she would see that it's just orange juice. So Marky got a cup, I got a cup. You know, we having a good time. I'm checking the door, people coming in and out. Now the fight is starting to kick off. But the actual real fight, everybody, like the other fights go, the lightweights go, and then when the heavyweight go, then that's when it's the real fight. So, you know, people still walking around, come, you know, chilling. So the door is locked. So the bell rings, and then I hear like somebody trying to fender with the door. So I'm like, who the? So I think I'm tough. I'm big and bad. So I open up the, you know what I'm saying, the front door. It's my Nana. I'm like, hey, she like, hey, can I come in? What's going on? I'm like, oh, my mom, your daughter, she like, cough it out. I'm like, it's a fight party. She like, tell your mom, I don't want to go back there without, tell your mama to come in. So she got like bags. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, did you, she said, I've been calling, but she ain't been picking up. So I'm like, okay. So I goes out there, right? I'm like, excuse me. So my mom, she on the mic like, DJ, keep you playing that song all night. Let's go on and on. Y'all, who y'all got on the fight? Who y'all got on the fight? We got a bucket coming through. One for red, one for blue. Put your money in there. And it also tips me. So I'm like, Mom, she like, yes, come on, y'all. Everybody look. And if you got a song request, please come up here and tell. I'm like, Mom, she like, I am busy. You supposed to be making sure. I'm like, no, I got something to tell you. She like, give me a second. So people coming up there, hey, May, can I get a Long Island iced tea? I'm like, just sitting there like, I got something to tell you, lady.